A massive debate is exploding in Brazil right now. Imagine this. The World Cup is just around the corner. The Seleção is preparing for its toughest battles, and yet their biggest superstar, Neymar Jr., is still out of the squad. But here's the twist. Brazilian legend Ronaldo Nazário, the man who lifted the World Cup twice, has just made a heartfelt request to head coach Carlo Ancelotti. His message is simple but powerful. Bring Neymar back for the World Cup. This shocking appeal has set the football community on fire. Could Neymar really return to the biggest stage in world football after years of injuries, setbacks, and doubts? And will Ancelotti, a coach known for his discipline and tactical vision, listen to the voice of one of Brazil's most iconic legends? Let's dive deep into the full story. For those who don't know, Neymar is not just any player. He is Brazil's all-time leading goal scorer with 79 goals in 128 international matches. That record alone puts him ahead of legends like Pelé, Ronaldo, and Romario. Yet, since October 2023, Neymar has not worn the famous yellow jersey of Brazil. Why? A devastating knee injury during an international match forced him out, and since then his journey back to full fitness has been full of ups and downs. When Neymar moved from Paris Saint-Germain to Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia in August 2023, expectations were sky high. Fans thought he would dominate in the Middle East, but reality turned out very differently. He managed only 5 appearances, scoring just once, before that catastrophic injury struck against Uruguay in a World Cup qualifier. It was a ligament tear, serious enough to keep him out of action for nearly a full year. After recovering, Neymar made a nostalgic return to his boyhood club, Santos, in Brazil this January. But even there, his comeback has been rocky. Yes, he has shown glimpses of his brilliance, but recurring fitness problems have kept him in and out of the lineup. The world has been asking the same question. Is Neymar still capable of carrying Brazil on his shoulders at the highest level? Meanwhile, Carlo Ancelotti, who took over the Brazilian national team earlier this year, has already managed 4 matches. In all of them, Neymar was nowhere to be seen. The Italian coach has publicly said that Neymar needs to reach full fitness and form before he can return to the Seleção. According to Ancelotti, the World Cup is not just about names. It's about players being in the best condition to deliver on the pitch. But now enters Ronaldo, the phenomenon himself. Speaking at an event in Sao Paulo, the 49-year-old World Cup winner didn't hold back. Ronaldo declared, "Neymar is still crucial for Brazil. We don't have another player like him." With Neymar in the squad, Brazil's chances of success rise dramatically. We are all hopeful he will be there in the World Cup next year, because with him, the team will be stronger. When a legend like Ronaldo speaks, the football world listens. Remember, Ronaldo himself carried Brazil to 2 World Cup triumphs and scored 62 goals in 88 appearances for the national team. He knows what it takes to win the biggest prize in football. And if he believes Neymar is essential, it puts enormous pressure on Ancelotti to reconsider his plans. Let's not forget the emotional weight behind Neymar's story. For years, he has been seen as the man destined to bring World Cup glory back to Brazil. Yet fate has been cruel to him. In 2014, when Brazil hosted the World Cup, Neymar suffered a back injury in the quarterfinals against Colombia, ruling him out of the infamous 7-1 semi-final defeat to Germany. In 2018, his tournament was overshadowed by injuries and criticism. In 2022, Brazil crashed out in the quarterfinals against Croatia, despite Neymar scoring a stunning goal. And now, as the 2026 World Cup approaches, many are asking, will this be Neymar's last chance? At 33 years old, with his body no longer as reliable as before, the clock is ticking. It's also important to remember that Neymar missed Brazil's Copa America triumph in 2019 due to injury. Time and again, his career has been interrupted by devastating setbacks. And yet, whenever he steps onto the pitch, his magic is undeniable. His dribbling, his vision, his flair, Brazil simply doesn't have another player like him. This is exactly what Ronaldo was emphasizing. For him, Brazil cannot afford to leave behind a player of Neymar's quality, even if he is not at 100%. His mere presence can lift the team, inspire confidence, and strike fear into opponents. Of course, the final decision rests with Carlo Ancelotti. The Italian is a master of man management and has coached superstars like Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, and Kaká. He understands how to balance egos and manage fitness issues. But with Neymar, the challenge is unique. Should he take the risk of including an injury-prone superstar in his squad, or should he focus on building a younger, fitter, more balanced team? The debate is heating up fast. Some fans argue that Brazil should move on, giving the new generation, players like Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Endrick, and Martinelli, the freedom to shine without the shadow of Neymar. Others, however, insist that Brazil without Neymar is incomplete and that no one else can provide the spark he brings. For now, the situation remains uncertain. Neymar continues to fight for fitness and form at Santos, while Ancelotti keeps his cards close to his chest. Ronaldo's passionate plea has undoubtedly added a new layer of drama to the conversation. The big question is, will the coach listen? One thing is clear, the football world will be watching closely. If Neymar does return for the World Cup, it will be one of the greatest comeback stories in modern football. If he doesn't, it might mark the end of an era for Brazil's most gifted player of his generation. So what do you think? Should Carlo Ancelotti take Ronaldo's advice and bring Neymar back for one last shot at World Cup glory? Or is it time for Brazil to move forward without him? Whatever happens, one thing is certain. Neymar's name will continue to dominate headlines because love him or hate him, he is still one of the most electrifying footballers in the world. And the 2026 World Cup just wouldn't feel the same without him.